Hello, everybody. Tim Knight here, and let's catch up with the indexes. I'm just going to go through the 16 I have in my watch list, and just going to. I haven't. There's no script ever to this. I'm just going to walk through them and just kind of share some thoughts about them. And it's the market right now. There's both bullish and bearish things to say about it. Varies from index to index. Let's just walk them through, see how this goes. Here's Dow Jones Composite, going back to the 70s. And this was our former uptrend, which was busted back in 2008. And we've been in this ascending pattern ever since then. Interestingly, what used to be support has now acted as resistance, although at higher and higher prices. And we zoom in here, and we had, of course, our plunge and our retrace. Now, several bullish things going on. One, we pushed above this former high. So there was no resistance there. There's no double top there. And two, this trend line, in spite of being broken, we are just clinging to it, and we're above it right here. Friday was so strong, we're actually above it. There is some overhead supply here, it's true. And we're still about, 7-8% below lifetime highs on this. But it had appeared to be truly breaking down. Even as recently as the end of July, it looked like we were starting to break down again. But what took place between the end of July and now, bang, 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 all the way up, has been just jaw-dropping. So again, as of here, it really, really looked like things are starting to break down again. We had broken this trend line. We had not pushed past this level. We were at a lower high. All the elements of resumption of the breakdown. But the printing press is cranked up, and look at this, just up, 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 higher and higher we go. The Comp Q has been terribly strong, of course, although on Friday it was a bit of an outlier because it did manage to fall. This had been making daily lifetime highs up until Thursday, and then slipped just a touch on Friday. Nothing core in that, no real fundamental change. It is still below this broken trend line, but tough to read, very tough to read. Out of just one day of exhaustion. Gold bugs. Gold, of course, been doing extraordinarily well. Silver, very well. It had a reversal on Monday. Who knows what this executive order or series of executive orders will mean come the Sunday opening bell / Monday. As I've said, and it bears repeating, I am exceptionally bullish on gold for years to come. And we're going to have ups and downs all along the way. So I'm not really too worried about that. Here's the Indu, Dow Industrials. This has not quite pierced its own prior high back on June 8th, but it's awfully, awfully close. Wouldn't take much. And once again, I don't know what this latest political move is going to mean to the markets. Be interesting to see the reaction, to be sure. NASDAQ 100 was actually down more than a full percentage point on Friday. Having been repelled nicely from this broken trend line. But, as with the Comp Q, it was just a bit of an outlier. We had a just lifetime high after lifetime high, and that ended, for the moment, on Thursday, and we gave up Thursday's gains on Friday. The S&P 100, the OEX, excuse me, I messed up my own chart there. Let's fix that. This had gone to a lifetime high. The former lifetime high, of course, was on Feb 19, and we busted that last week and stayed pretty strong for the week. Although, let's face it, this has been, we all know this is straight out of the Fed. This has been an extraordinarily swift ascent. Fed ain't going to say we're turning the printing presses off, so I'm not sure what else, if anything, would dare stop it from just melting up constantly. Getting a little tired of it, just a little. Russell 2000, the small caps. This one's probably the prettiest chart of all. This is sort of the star of our program today because of its cleanness. Here we have that diamond pattern, and here we have a smaller diamond pattern, which I haven't marked, but it's a beauty, what I'm circling here. Then the tremendous plunge. How I miss it. How I miss it so. And this trend line here goes back to March 9, 2009. This is the second time it is perfectly, and I mean to the pixel, nailed that line. It did so back on June 8, and it did so on Friday. But this is a big line. You can see right there. Absolutely picture perfect, gorgeous. In the context of all this, this uptrend is still in place, and it's going to be an interesting week to be sure. Will it just flip it off and go right above that line, or will it actually, as it did on the 8th, slip and be repelled by that line? Very big question. We'll know like 1 minute into the open on Monday. Here's the SOX semiconductors, unbroken trend line on that too. Ascending trend line fully intact all these months. S&P 500. This one, unlike its cousin, the S&P 100, hasn't quite broken its to a lifetime high. We're going to recycle this. This horizontal used to be about this price gap, but that price gap's been completely sealed, so it's moot. It's not a price gap anymore. It's just a thing. What it is now is the lifetime high. So I've moved this red horizontal to the 33.93.52 lifetime high, which we are quite close to, as you can see. Dow Transports, very strong Friday. It has a price gap which has not been sealed, and that's about 10,826.97, getting very, very close to that. Dow Utilities, the weakest of the Dow gang, 849.44 was the June 8th high on that. Haven't broken that yet. The VIX, of course, a horse of a different color. This has been beaten down and beaten down and beaten down. There's a big gap here, which we are threatening to break into at 22, and the actual price gap's way down at 18.21. Gold sector, obviously down Friday as well because of gold's weakness. No need to comment much more on that. Here's the broker-dealer index. This has a price gap which was approached back on June 8, and we've had a nice series of lower highs, like so. And we're also below this broken trend line. The XMI Major Market Index, much cleaner. Here's the price gap, still intact. Abandoned this island reversal right here, and well below lifetime highs on this much broader index. Finally, the XOI down just a touch on Friday, and this was the pattern within a pattern that I pointed out to some of you. We're range bound at this point, but the most bearish scenario would be a break of 698.25. That would complete a nice head and shoulders pattern, which is, of course, a component of this much larger creature there. Now my dogs are running about, so that probably marks the end of the show, plus it's the end of the list. So thank you, and good luck this week.